Here with Huskies head coach Mike Kunagonis, as now the Huskies will be hosting the University of Miami, Ohio Redhawks this coming up weekend at Ralph McKenzie Field. Coach, before we talk a little bit about this past week, talk a little bit about this upcoming series with Miami.
Yeah, another really good conference opponent, and as I've said previously in the previous weeks, this league is a grind, and it doesn't matter who you're playing, whether it's 1 through 10, it's going to be a fight to the very end, and we're expecting to have a very good game and a very good weekend this weekend, and we know it's going to be a battle, and so we're excited for another MAC weekend and an opportunity to get back in the MAC standings.
Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about this past week. You guys traveled to University of Iowa on Tuesday. Unfortunately, came out on the short end of a very tough game all the way around defensively. Everything pitching wise, everything 2-0 loss. Talk a little bit about that game, just overall.
Sure. It was a pitching duel, 2-0, as you said, and we had our opportunities. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the big hit when we needed to, and we had guys in scoring position and just couldn't get it done offensively. Very happy with how we threw overall on the mound. We had one little hiccup, and that was in the third inning, and that's where they scored their 2 runs. If we can clean some of that type of stuff up, I think we're going to have a really good weekend. But I was really impressed with Will Anderson coming out of the bullpen. Parker did a great job coming out of the pen, and then Andrew Frankenreiter closed it out for us that game, and those guys gave us an opportunity to stay in the game at 2-0, and they threw some really good arms, and they just got the better of us on that day.
Mm-hmm. Touch a little bit more on what Will Anderson was able to do. Gets 5 strikeouts and 3 innings of work. Just talk a bit about how he really handcuffed the Hawkeyes.
Sure. Will was really good yesterday, and he threw the way that we know he can throw. His last 3 outings have been very good. He's earned himself the right to have a start on Sunday during the weekend. So we're really excited to get him back to form and performing at the level we know that he can perform at. And he's a really good kid, great kid. He's a hard worker, and he deserves to have success as all our guys do. But we were excited to see that yesterday, and hopefully that can carry over into his start on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. And talk a little bit more about the pitching matchups this coming weekend. You said you got Tanner Foster going on Friday, and then Mike Lazowitz on Saturday, and then, of course, Will Anderson on Sunday.
Yeah, we're really excited and happy where we're at from the standpoint of our pitching staff and the guys on the weekend. We know that every time Tanner and Mike take the mound, that they give us an opportunity to win. This past weekend at Kent State, it was obviously we were on the wrong end of some games, but the score didn't dictate how tight those games were. Game 1 was a 3-1 game with Tanner making one mistake and then making us pay for it. And, we were 1 hit away from completely flipping the script on them. And then Michael was very good and got some hard luck calls to where the game kind of looked like it was a little bit further away than what it really was. It was a 1-1 ball game. And in my opinion, I think that's a 1-1 ball game going into the 8th if a couple things go our way. And, those guys, everybody we play praises those guys about being really good arms and saying that they're the best arms that they'll see all year in the league. So that's a huge positive for us. That's a huge step in the right direction towards gaining some confidence, and now we just need to take that next step and get over the hump, and then I think Will having a good couple outings and throwing for us on Sunday is going to settle us down even more, knowing that at the back end of our weekend that we're going to be in good shape with a guy who's had some success recently.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, thanks so much for taking the time, Mike, and we wish you guys the best of luck this weekend.
No, thank you very much. Take care.
Thanks.